Zdarec, tak ideme sa tu zase troška akože potrápiť. Skúsime teda to poriešiť tak, že prehodí... Skúsime pokecať tu teda s tými ľuďmi.
What now? Oh, we'll get to that presently.
A uvidíme, kde nás to dovne.
Are you familiar with uranium gas? One and the same. That building took the brunt of the damage during a recent attack, and now it's spewing valuable uranium all over the place.
A uvidíme, kde nás to zavedie, či to rozhovorí.
Many captivating intrinsic qualities, but suffice it to say, in its gaseous state, it's rather deadly. So what am I endeavoring to create? A protective device that shields its wearer from uranium's remarkably unsavory effects, as well as other forms of harm. Ought to have the prototype up and running.
Takže vlastne ty si to ma mohlo napadnúť s nimi skorej pokecať.
Alas, while I'm occupied with inventing this shield gadget, I also find myself in need of assistance regarding its key components.
Aha.
Good. Wonderful. As an added incentive, I'll allow you to keep one of the prototypes once the work is finished, so you be sure to give it your all. Now here, you'll need this apparatus. It's for collecting stray uranium effluvium. Gas, that is. My supply is running low from all the iterative testing I've been performing. Merely activate the device once it's inside a uranium cloud, the one around the main hangar specifically. Try to avoid any fields of dense uranium, or death is all but assured. Any questions? Normally, yes, but on the off chance that environmental exposure has altered the gas here in any way, I'll want to work with local samples. Ideally, the resulting shielding will protect against any gas, but since it's of utmost importance that it work on the gas here, I'll be calibrating against that. So exhilarating to have a new subordinate. I look forward to thoroughly scrutinizing your work. Now, shoo! Off with you now! Gather those samples! Shoo!
Jak ho pozbieram? Je to prázdne, jak použijem teda tú flašku?
Give me a sec. Almost done with this work list. Another sealant failure, amplifier requisition, and 2 more cases of uranium exposure. I'm afraid so, and you were wise not to get involved. The Marshal is under a lot of pressure to deliver automechs to the Vox relay station, but I'm responsible for their quality control. If even a single automech steps out of line, it will be the end of me. Brigadier Montelli does not accept excuses, and he does not tolerate failure. The Marshal is a good man, but he values speed while I value accuracy. Neither of us is wrong, but in this case, we both can't be right. You'll want to see the quartermaster. She's right next to the gate you enter through. Under the Marshal's office, she'll only be able to sell you our surplus, but you might find some of it useful.
Oh, unfamiliar clientele. I was just lamenting the lack of new faces around here since supplies stopped arriving. And then you walk in. Name's Hazel. I'm sort of the acting quartermaster around these parts. You need any supplies, talk to my friend the quartermech here. Passed during the attack. Got his face melted clean off by this weird goo. And he was one of the lucky ones. Excuse the mess, by the way. Auntie gave us a pummeling a few weeks back. The old wardens paid the price. Where their courage faltered, a little mental refreshment should do just the trick. That's what I always say. Why overcomplicate perfection? Now what'll it be? Aw, I really need someone else to test this thing. Tell you what, if you give it a go and have any trouble, I'll be happy to get you sorted.
Greetings, potential customer. State your business. All wares should be perfectly visible already.
Sorry, it tends to take things too literally. Maybe try phrasing the request differently.
Lull detected. Conversational status uncomfortable. Request not understood.
It only understands the words I've added to its databanks. You wouldn't believe how
čo
many
máš za
words there
magora
are for
toto?
buying and selling. Guess I missed peruse. Look, for now, just use the phrase initiate commerce. It's what I used during the initial testing.
Initiating commerce.
Oh, ho, ho. Dal aj ti kľúč na toto. Kamera zinonátor. To čo je za zbraň? A tu i tak nemám ani prachy.
See you soon, I hope.
Outsider?
First the attack, then there's uranium. At this rate, we're never getting caught up.
Outsider?
Stay true, outsider.
Yes?
What brings you to this fine establishment?
Run into trouble?
No, don't answer. The indication... if you'd indulge me, I have a few questions I'd like to ask. For medical posterity, and so on and so forth. First question. Can you describe the conditions in which you were exposed to the Zeranium? Another assistant. Should have guessed. I suppose I should be grateful for all the data she sends my way, but I do wish Dell would think more of her collaborators' well-being. All right, next question. How are you feeling? For instance, do your bones seem
Jak se
noticeably
cítím? No
softer
dobré,
somehow?
ale ještě jsem ho
Have
asi
you
nikdy
observed
nenabral.
any sterility on your way in? Or aching in your thyroid or spleen? Well, good for you. Keeping a positive attitude can often aid your recovery. I wish more of my patients shared your optimistic disposition. As a token of my appreciation, allow me to provide you advanced Zeranium therapy of the highest possible quality. There, that should do it. Do stop back in if you suffer additional exposure. I would love...
No dobré, ja si budem často do toho vbiehať, lebo neviem, jak to mám nabrať.
My little minion. I trust you've made progress in your tasks? Until a more convenient date and time.
Jak to mám nabrať? A je po mne. Super. Jak? Tu. Dobre, poďme za ňou, máme ho. Máme Zirenium, či jak sa to volalo.
Were you successful? I have tests that can be... What did I tell you? Perfectly safe. Either that or you tolerate Zeranium poisoning like a champ. Good for you. Should you suffer from any lingering symptoms of contamination, visit the medical center and they'll get you squared away. Now, on to business. The device already generates a field exactly as specified, albeit on a very small scale. Still, progress is progress. What's needed now is something to help extend and shape the field around the user. I require a component called a catalytic amplifier. You'll be pleased to learn there's one right here at the facility, in the Dragoon that's patrolling just outside. You would imagine so, wouldn't you? Unfortunately for me, our chief mechanist, Woodrow, wasn't enthusiastic about my proposal to Geld his only combat automech. So you may have trouble getting your hands on the catalytic amplifier. Oh, certainly. They're all in the building blocked by Zeranium gas, which is why we're making the device. I trust you see how that's a problem. However, I do recall hearing this facility was originally assigned 2 Dragoons. I'm not sure what happened to the other one, though. It was gone by the time I arrived. Good.
No poďme na tým mechanikom.
Should behoove you on this task. Perhaps the chief mechanist will prove more receptive to your
uvidíme,
request.
čo nám povie.
That, be prepared to exercise creativity if needed. One last thing. The Dragoon must not be harmed. Not only would the amplifier likely be damaged, but we'd both be summarily executed, assuming we survive the firefight that ensued. Well, off you go. Shoo.
Poďme najprv za tým.
Yes? She and I have been over this 100 times. Please understand, the original staff of this facility were rounded up and refreshed because they couldn't safeguard or protect her asset. Why should I follow their example by reducing our sole working Dragoon to a pile of unpatriotic scrap? I can't. I won't. Marshall Donaldson wrote that? And in an official record? Well, I don't know what to say. You're right. For the facility, the Protectorate, and for the automechs. All right, how's about we get the Dragoon situated over here, so I can extract its vital organ? 1 catalytic amplifier as agreed. I hate to lose another Dragoon, but desperate times call for desperate measures. Be seeing you, stranger.
Well, any closer to obtaining the catalytic amplifier?
Holčina.
Oh, superb! I'm almost tempted to ask how you managed it. But pressing on, just a moment to remove what I need and install it in the prototype. With this gadget, you'll be shielded against more than Zeranium, you know. Damn near everything, as long as it's charged. Now, report to Marshall Donaldson, if you please. He's rather impatient to end this crisis so he can turn his focus back to the war. Don't thank me. Just doing my part for the sake of the paradigm, same as anyone.
No, čo tu máme? 2 body. Čo si tam dáme? Ten nič nemá.
Give the order and I'll take care of him, Commander. You lot couldn't hit the broadside of a flare.
Ochranný, to čo je toto tu za... Nie! No tak ju vyskúšajme. Kamaráde, ja som nestihol nič. Ten ma uďobal jak. Kamaráde. Teraz sme to ustáli, ale len tak. No ak nikto není, to im nebude chýbať, keď si to zobereme. Máme to. Co dá vyjesť? To bol skok. No, dáme rýchle cestovanie.
Auntie's choice knows that a better you is just 3 pills and an ointment away.
I can't believe some of those protectorate hull heads just couldn't see the benefit of self-betterment.
Never catch a break. Finally find a way to get ahead, and this happens.
Commander, There is a 98.7% chance that hunting Agent DeVries will require greater amounts of ammunition than you currently possess. Ammunition can be purchased at vending machines or crafted at a workbench using materials like this collection of scrap metal and powder.
I can also help you craft items in a pinch when we're out together. Most won't even explode on you.
Been working at that spot of business we discussed. Easier to lead with fewer targets nibbling at your psyche. Loose your words. I'm listening. Did you now? Because my scouts report that the facility began to function after you visited. You'd best explain yourself, and quick. Doubt ain't nothing to hang your hat on.
Ja som ju vlastne pomohol, ja som to dal sabotovať.
But I can still wreak havoc within the Protectorate by getting you into the box. Trooper Sealong was one of my best enhanced soldiers, but never took to her grafts. Been uncertain what I could rely on her for. So Milver Street holds her contract. At least for now. You want more info, talk to him. Let's focus on the Vox. Your entryway shall be by way of the bridge. There's an alternate path, but it's uranium clouded. I'll order my troops at the FOB to aid you, and you can punch through together. From there, your target's the Skycutter Tower. Seems it was recently reactivated, and by our engineers' metrics, might be useful in overloading the Vox's defenses. Reckon so. Go to the bridge. Pull your head down low while you're amid my troops, and maybe you'll live to visit the Skycutter Tower. Once you pass to the northern end of the island and enter the Skycutter, you'll need to find the tower's power routing controls. Mayhaps you can wreak some chaos at the Vox. Step light, though. There's no Protectorate gallivanting near the tower, which, like as any, means something bloodthirsty lurks within. Stay intact.
Som ešte urobil tunak. Oho. Kamarát, a mne to dá, ty kokos, že... Odo mňa to chce, ty kokos, 1000. No poďme ďalej. Či to hrajú chce všetko tak predražené. Není normálne.
Oh, what's this? Non-protectorate personnel just sauntering up onto my porch, free as they please. Admit I'm accustomed to a higher standard of precaution. State your purpose, outsider, or exit yon way you came. Ah, I see you've discovered some of my misappropriated materials. Careful labeling proves prudent and useful yet again. Here, for your effort. A full set of Science Adventures Quarterly was stolen from me and sold to various unknown parties across the island. Since you've already proven adept at their repossession, I would put it to you to locate the rest. In exchange, I will provide you with rarities and bits.
Dáme, jasne nájdem, ale nebudem ich hľadať, možno.
I am pleased you are on the case, as it were. So very Zane and Buddy. Return again when you have another 4 volumes. Stay true, outsider.
Kvílici vieže. Aj ty to tunak máš tu. Chcel by som to tam vystrieľať, ale... Ale, mám z toho dosť obavy.
This stretch runs between Fairfield and the Eastern Forward Operating.
Dobre, neútočí na mňa, máš šťastie. Necháme ho teda nažive.
Closed. Did you not hear me? This place is closed. No learning today about how everything happens according to the obscure calculus of an indecipherable plan. Why are you asking? Who are you?
The people she tried to kill.
The architect. I had no idea. I wish I could say it was unbelievable. I was afraid she was becoming a danger to herself and to others. But this is horrifying.
Yeah, imagine how we feel. Why don't you tell us where she is so we can make sure she ain't being a danger to herself or others?
And how are you going to do that?
That ain't something you ought to be concerning yourself about.
If you think I'm going to help you do what I think you're talking about, you are deluded.
I may be deluded, but you're lucky you ain't dead. Seeing how she seems partial to using her friends as victims.
Does she? It occurs to me that you have provided no proof of what you're accusing her of.
Why don't you take a long look at me? This is all because she betrayed us. Her team, her friends, even the one whose life she saved in Triangulum.
By the architect. You're Niles, aren't you? She mentioned you a few times, but refused to elaborate. All I knew was that she was fond of you, and that you were dead.
She was fond of me, then why? Why would she try to kill me?
I can't say, but it may be one of the things she anguished over. An anguish I fear finally overwhelmed her, and could likely be what's driven her to her present course of action. I wish I knew. It's nothing good, I can tell you that. I haven't seen her since before the corporatists invaded the island. I'm afraid she's going to do something terrible, but I just don't know what. Maybe none of this would have happened had I not introduced her to Victor. How did... You saw her terminal, didn't you? Victor's an Order archivist. We were all friends for a time. But then, shortly before the schism, they started talking to some others inside the Order. That's when things became tense. I started to become uneasy, scared, really. She kept getting angrier with the Order the more she worked with Victor and her other contacts. On top of everything else, it became just too much for me. Among other things, for some reason she was obsessed with the cliffhanger ending of Chapter 6. It was the one where capitalist fanatics brought complete destruction upon Arcadia. But you know how it works. It was somehow miraculously saved at the beginning of the next chapter. It didn't matter to DeVries, though. She just kept going over it and over it. Would have talked to a Crabble about it if there was no one else to listen. That and the invasion itself set her mind to dark things. I begged her not to go down that road again. She was so agitated when I first met her. Must have been 7, going on 8 years ago now. She never slept, didn't talk to anyone if she could avoid it. After we became friends, she began to change. Still bothered her from time to time, but I thought it mostly behind her. I couldn't watch her go back to how she'd been. Or worse. No. But it had to be someone's fault, right? The Protectorate couldn't possibly have failed to safeguard the colony. And they had to answer the accusations the Order leveled at them. Just a religion driven by algorithms, maths, predictions of the future. They believe they will eventually solve the universal equation and know everything, rid humanity of uncertainty. We became friends when she...
Zachránila ťa, nejak chcela zabiť.
I'd said something without thinking. Must have been distracted. We all know to watch every last word we say. For some reason, she interceded on my behalf with an arbiter. And she convinced him he didn't hear what he actually did. No one does that. Void, I didn't think anyone could. We all were, originally, before the schism. But she never gave it up, even when it became illegal to even mention their name. Which was surprising with how angry she seemed to be getting with them, even as she was deep into scheming with Victor and the others. She even continued to sign her messages, "See you in the equation." It's all so confusing. What do you mean? It was where she worked. One of the Protectorate's communications hubs. She didn't speak of it much. At least to me. She may have spoken to Victor about it.
She ain't the only one.
It's difficult to explain. She spoke about things in unfamiliar ways. I felt her words to be freeing, at first. But slowly, I began to feel unmoored, doubting everything I ever knew. She said learning the truth of things was worth it. But now I question whether her truth was just more of her penchant to sow chaos, no matter who may be caught in her schemes. Some days I wish I'd never listened to her at all. Others, I can't help but miss her. Even with everything.
Know a little something about that, too.
I did try to. Once. After the corporatists invaded Paradise Island and took over Fairfield. They seemed to let anyone in there. Some boisterous fellow even tried to recruit me. No. Nearest I could surmise, she'd left just prior to the fall of Fairfield. I'm ashamed to admit, I did break into her safe. She used the same code for everything. 15-778.
That is Agent DeVries' identification code, Commander.
She said it had some meaning from her previous life. I'd hoped she'd left something for me, but the safe was empty.
A trezor prázdny, vidíš, tak ti treba.
But when you find her, please remind her of who she used to be. She's unwell, but I know there's still hope for her.
Uvidíme, uvidíme.
That's all I can ask.
By sme mohli dať teda aj poškodenie toho spoločka, toto nemáme. Poďme. Normálne vyskúšajme to ešte raz. To môžeme uložiť.
Always been curious about the kind of training that'll produce an arbiter. Can't imagine it's pleasant. You hear that? Sounds like it ain't just the Dragoon to worry. To worry about. Those turrets will also put the hurt on us if we get too close.
Analyzing.
Engaging hostile life forms.
Nee.
Working order. Support.
Guns cocked and loaded. Just get the signal. Commander, watch the fire!
Hey, got a distraction for you. You lot couldn't hit the broadside of a freighter. Appreciate a little help, Commander.
Nie, to nie dam to. sú tam dvaja. Máme šitné zbranie. Čo sme chceli? Poďme. Tam bol ten obchod, ja neviem, či teraz skúsime niečo kúpiť.
Hell. I've stood this post so many times I could do it in my sleep.
You don't let the bosses upstairs hear you say that.
Don't go into that cheap saloon if you got a lick of gumption. They got no tolerance for it. Why do you think I'm out here? Has nothing to do with my current and very
Ale nevrav, že to bol len... Energetický kanistr, tak z kerej prdele mám zobrať? No, sa mi nepáči. Jak tam rýchlo by sme... Sme ísť odtiaľto. Potrebujeme fakt nájsť niečo lepšie. Týmto fakt moc z toho nespravím.
again to look for this protectorate idiot. Bloody bother. Sure shouldn't. He's gone.
To tiež nič, lebo nemáme na to schopnosti. Bieda toto. To bolo lehká písať 36, 28. 45.
Unusual levels of zeranium detected ahead. Caution is advised.